I have to start with this game because it's the pack-in game. We did play it, not much, probably because we're terrible at it. I'm certainly terrible at it now. I feel like the analog stick's too touchy, but I bet it was like that or worse on the real hardware, so who knows? It's probably just something you really, really have to get used to. I'm so bad at this. It's so frustrating. Oh man. Oh, it's so tricky. I don't know if there's other options and modes, but I mean, anything harder than this would be way too hard. I can barely handle this. I do remember getting it up at the top and, going crazy like a few times. But I was getting close there, so that's definitely doable. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but I don't know. It's an important part of the 5200's history. And since we're talking about important games for the 5200, I'm going to go ahead and get the Star Raiders thing out of the way. I'm pretty sure he did have it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I definitely had no idea how to play it, and I eventually got like a 2600 copy, but didn't have probably the right controller for it. Didn't understand how to play it, and never got it until the Atari 50 release. And I've done a stream of that on Twitch before. I think I'll do one on my YouTube at some point here, since this is the only way I stream now. And it's kind of archival in a way. Star Raiders is definitely a game worthy of the archive too, but the Atari 50 version fixes all the issues you'd have with controls and on-screen display and understanding what's going on for a modern game. But yet at the same time, it's still exactly the old game, so it's really really good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So to kind of give some context to where I played this stuff at, my friend Justin, he was more like my friend because like our parents were friends kind of thing, and he was like a real wild child. So hanging out with him was always a real gamble, but not really something I had a lot of say over either because it was my parents were going over to see his parents or whatever. Um, they were wealthy people though. But yeah, as long as he wasn't, getting us to make homemade fireworks or like jump off of something that we shouldn't jump off of, or like, I mean, eventually he got like some like four-wheeler ATVs, and that was always the focus of what we were doing when we were going over there, and that was pretty rad. But we'd also, get in a lot of trouble on those. But like, he had this 5200. We played it some. There were some rainy days I was over there. Uh, And we had a 2600 at home, and I had like a context for comparing all of these games. It's probably 84. This was probably when most of this shit went down. Maybe even 83. I would have been really young, but I was still familiar with like Atari and video games. And I also had the context of playing some of these games in the arcade, like Pac-Man. I'm sure I played in the arcade before on Atari. Um, but he had like all the classics: the Centipede, the Frogger, the Pac-Man, the Joust, which I didn't know anything about, uh, and totally learned to love playing on his 5200. Um, and then the one that really captured my imagination in the long run was Jungle Hunt. Man, we were so into Jungle Hunt, and my sister and I always wanted to play Jungle Hunt. So like, we did talk him into letting us play Jungle Hunt quite a few times. Um, but like, uh, now when I go back and play it, I find the 5200 version to be just like ball kickingly hard. We never got very far on it back in the day either, but I just kind of assume that's because we were kids who sucked at video games, which is also probably true to some extent. But I do remember playing a lot of Frogger on this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and fire up Frogger next because I don't really like Super Breakout very much. And if we're going to look at 4 or 5 games here tonight, that should probably be one of them, I think. So here we go. Alright, here we go. So Frogger. This is a good port of Frogger. Good looking game. Hey, does the control not work on here? Oh, do you have to hold the button to move on this? Hang on just a second, I'm sorry. What? What an odd way of doing it. Yeah, you have to jump. That's not how this game ever controlled before though, right? You just moved? Wasn't it you just move? Maybe I'm wrong. I guess this is how we played it back in the day though. It certainly looks like I remember it looking, but I don't know if it plays the same or not. Maybe at some point the 2600 version I played so much more that it just kind of wiped out my memories too. Do you have to push the button on that one? I don't remember. Oh, that's good. Yeah, this is actually still a lot of fun. George Costanza, eat your heart out, right? Oh, busted. Oh, busted again in the dumbest possible way. Oh no. $44.90. All right. There's still no like high score saving, even in the most basic sense of the word, huh? All right. It's also set to fast, which implies there's a slow setting, which I assume would be easier. Oh shit. I killed us both. Sorry, lady. Oh man, now they got gators down there. That's bad. Trying to be too smart. Shit. I don't hate the pushing the button thing. It almost gives a very deliberateness to the motion, I think. Hey, look at that, 5200. That'll be easy to remember. Yeah, this game does a lot with, having a lot of stuff moving on the screen all at once. I'm sure it's all just some sort of rastering or something where they can easily scroll bands of it or something. But it looks good and it runs great. Feels good to play. And, it's not one-to-one with the arcade game or anything, but it's like, definitely conveys what you're playing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to question that this is Frogger in any way. You're not going to be like, this is some bullshit knockoff Frogger. Fuck. Shit. Man, I'm making the weirdest mistakes now. Stupid fast cars. Do like one more go. This is really fun though. A very colorful 5200 game also. Not all of them are. Some of them strike me as less colorful than their 2600 counterparts. Fuck. God damn it. Now we got the super speed cars. Shit. God damn it. Weird mistakes, like I said. So another one we played a lot was Centipede. Centipede. You know, I saw Centipede all the time back in the day, but I don't remember playing it on the trackball until later. I'm fairly certain that most of me learning how to play Centipede and how Centipede works as a game probably comes from the 5200. So let's fire that up and see if it sparks any memories here, because I haven't looked at it in a very, very long time. Not, I mean, other than, maybe testing the ROM, but I just don't remember what my impression is. And I'm also thinking, I don't remember what Asteroids was like. It never got released. It's a prototype, according to the ROM list. So yeah, I knew he didn't have it. I was like, he didn't have Asteroids, did he? He may have had Dig Dug. A little iffy on that one. He may have had Galaxian. A little iffy on that one. Here's my memories of Centipede, though. Oh, he had Choplifter, I think, at some point. I'm not going to play that either, though. Anyway, here's Centipede. He had about a dozen games. I feel like most people who had 2600 had a whole lot of games around this time, like shoeboxes full, because it was the crash and like you just buy them at garage sales and they were cheap. But it made sense that he actually had fewer games probably than what I was used to seeing in a collection. Yep, this is Centipede, alright. Oh, I should be using the analog stick. It probably controls a bit better. I wonder how hard that is to get used to. Ooh. This is what it really been now. It's pretty good. I could definitely get down on this version of Centipede for quite a while, I bet you. Shit. I can do a lot better than that. Hey, this at least shows a high score. That's a big improvement right there. He did not have Space Invaders. I actually fired Space Invaders up to see what it would look like, and it was very strange to me. I'm not familiar with the 5200 version from back in the day. I've only just now seen it on emulation, and that's it. I'm sure a lot of people had it. It's a popular game, of course, but he did not, so I never saw it. Yeah, the spiders are incredibly fast in this version. I feel like they're harder to dodge than they ever have been. The fucking spiders, man. I feel like I was doing so much better that time, but then it all crashed out at once because the spiders just went psycho on me. Ah, shit. Yeah, I really like the way the 5200 Centipede looks and plays. This is actually, yeah, like a worthwhile improvement over the 2600 version because it looks like the arcade game, like way more like the arcade game. I mean, it's not vertical screen, but the graphics are right on. And it has the analog controls, you know, which is some approximation of the trackball, right? With the fucking spider will ruin your life. Fun fact, this is the only Atari console to not have a Double Dragon game on it of any sort. 2600 and 7800 have a port of the original game, both of which are terrible. The Atari Lynx has a port of the original game, which is also terrible for completely different reasons. The what else is there? The Jaguar has a Double Dragon 5 on it, which is just, good God, I'm sorry that that exists. Everyone involved in that should be ashamed. And it's the worst version of Double Dragon 5, astoundingly. I'll do a Jaguar stream at some point, but I'm not going to stream shit like that. Obviously. $14 points on the first death. What's this shit, too? The calibration's all fucked up. Pulling me forward all the time. Oh. Oh my. I think I understand what I meant by stick calibration earlier. So you can't be pushing the stick at all when you die, because it recalibrates at the beginning of each life. Otherwise, you get effects like this, where it's just pulling me over to the left all the time. Absolutely nightmarish. Now, if I let off the stick and I'm clean about it, now it's perfectly fine. Okay, well now that I know how the stick works and how it calibrates it every single time you spawn a new life, I will be much more careful. We'll see if that helps. That's stupid though, and I assume that happens on real hardware. I don't see why it wouldn't. Shouldn't recalibrate that often. God damn it. Maybe it has to though, for some hardware reason. New high score. Alright, well, I'm going to give this one more go. Man, I love Centipede. This is a great way to play Centipede, though. The only thing being that's touchy about you pressing anywhere on the stick between each life or level. Well, I guess there are only lives in this game, really. Continuous play, otherwise. Fucking what? Oh my god. Oh my god, I managed to do it twice. What? Alright, that's enough Centipede. But, oh, we should play Joust, though. Joust was, like, this is where I really started playing Joust, even though I know that this isn't the best way to play Joust. And it might hit me more now that it's not, like, such a great port of it. But, we'll see here. I don't remember, though. Yeah, control's a little weird. Trying to figure out if it's better to use the D-pad or the stick. The stick is the more authentic experience, but the D-pad's just fine because I don't think that there's any analog to the control in this game. There's a lot of games where it doesn't have any analog to control. Obviously, Pac-Man doesn't make any difference if you use the D-pad or not. They didn't make it analog somehow. Same thing with like Jungle Hunt and almost everything I played except for Centipede and Super Breakout. Oh wait, the only other thing I played was Frogger, which also obviously fine on the D-pad. Shouldn't there be a pterodactyl kicking my ass at this point? Shit, fuck you, buddy. God damn. Ah, bullshit. Ah. The hand is trying to grab it. Tag wave. Shit. This isn't too bad though. There's a lot of stuff going on again. Not very much flicker. Hardly at all. Quite impressive. Shit. Not so much for surviving the survival wave. God damn it. Yeah, shit. Pterodactyl. The game is over. The classic line. Say the line. But yeah, this was a pretty good port of Joust, I thought. Certainly captures Joust. Just not, you know. I mean, it looks so much better than the 2600 version, I guess. The thing is the 7800 and NES versions of this game, I think, are excellent, both. Which is controversial. A lot of people don't like the Nintendo one for whatever reason. But you got to consider the time. I'm pretty sure any other versions of Joust that were available were bullshit, and at least this one was recognizable as the classic game. So that's noteworthy. Shit. And the 2600 version of Joust plays pretty well considering, but it looks like crap. And it is a flickery mess. Yeah, I'm doing terrible. I did great last time. What the hell's going on? Yeah, the controls aren't too bad on this. It feels like Joust. Holy shit, who's the Joust Master now? What the fuck? That's an obvious screw job. Damn it. My own fucking ostrich can't escape and therefore I can't respawn. That's insane. Get your shit together, Joust, for the Atari 5200. Ah! just now realized where that egg is. Holy shit, I'm stupid. Another game he had I wish I could play is Pole Position. I don't know what the shifting up and down thing is, and I couldn't get the controls to work right on the emulator. I feel like there's no easy way to map directly what like keys from the keypad or something, which are probably needed for the gear shift. So it's a mess. I couldn't figure that one out. It's unfortunate because I feel like that was kind of a good memory too. Was Pole Position being, pretty obviously something my 2600 at home couldn't do, and to me it looked like it was arcade perfect or something, although it's not. It was close, so much closer than what I was used to seeing that it might as well have been. Which is crazy because that's effectively like a raster effect, super scaled kind of game. The scaling I remember looking smooth. I mean, obviously a very simple one, but there were like roadside sprites and cars and things that scale at you, Nice. Not bad. Get all the eggs. Is there a bonus? I bet there is. Getting them all in egg form. How much was the survival wave bonus? I really wanted to see. Ah, damn it! That's not a scam. What the fuck is? It sure the fuck is. Alright, 1 second here and I'll switch it up. course, he had Pac-Man. He didn't have Miss Pac-Man, which I looked at and I did not recognize. I picked up Miss Pac-Man on the 2600 at some point and thought it was a great port, but we skipped on the original Pac-Man because my dad saw it over at a friend's house and thought it was bullshit. I think that was probably the right call. Kind of famously bullshit. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's not a great port. This, on the other hand, is pretty solid. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but Ms. Pac-Man doesn't recognize the stick on this either. It's some sort of analog calibration issue. But Pac-Man plays fine, which is good, because this is the one that I recall playing a lot. And to little kid me, I couldn't tell the difference really between this and the arcade. It was Pac-Man. He also had the Coleco. No, were they Coleco? No. Whoever made the little tabletop arcade machines, maybe they were Coleco. He had the little bar top Pac-Man LED game, and that was cool as hell. I remember it being really awesome. People still like those a lot and collect them. I think maybe they've been reissued. There's probably repros of them now or something. I wonder if the repros still use LEDs or if they use a little LCD screen, because those are so cheap now. That was some poorly played Pac-Man, but here we go. Shit. God damn it. Even just missing one pellet like that can really fuck everything up. Oh, you fucking game. You son of a bitch game. This one has a proper high score display though, too, which is greatly appreciated when games have that. You see it's a mixed bag on the 5200. Some do and some don't. None of them have a high score table or anything crazy like that, but at least, showing the high score from when it's on is a good idea. I am not good at Pac-Man. Sorry about that. Sorry if I'm offending any Pac-Man fans with my poor Pac-Man skills. God damn it. Like, this game has enough of all the little subtleties to, like, sell it as Pac-Man. Like, it's got the between stage stuff, that's really fancy, but, like, even beyond that, it's, you know, like, when you die, it, like, has a little pop effect, the kind of transparent outline of the level and stuff. So it really sells itself as Pac-Man. Like, I didn't question that it was Pac-Man or, you know, anything different than the arcade game, really, as a child. Now, it was pretty obvious that on the 2600 that wasn't the case. Like, they couldn't even get the fucking colors right. The colors. Like, they made it blue and brown. And then, of course, on top of that, it's like a flickering mess, you know? So, it's just unfortunate all the way around. The graphics aren't everything, and it does play okay. Like, not great, but, like, it's mostly there. But this one, like, nails the gameplay as far as I'm concerned. And this is Pac-Man. I'm having fun playing Pac-Man. I'm bad at Pac-Man. That's how it be. I've left like the hardest ones for myself there. That's crazy that I got that. That's amazing. Nice. Awesome. I've never once gotten that turn to work. I've been running the same pattern almost every time now. God damn it. Controls. Sometimes a little iffy. I know you're saying in an Atari 5200 game? That's hard to believe. Oh man. Shit. Get tough. Really give you a workout at this point. Just gonna keep going until I don't set a new high score. Shit. Alright, well, that's enough Pac-Man. Let's move on to what it's all really about. Jungle Hunt. It's probably going to be a pretty short stream tonight. Just messing around for a little while, having some fun. Oh boy. I feel like the vine swinging on this particular version of Jungle Hunt is harder than any other one. Maybe you can't see as much of what's coming up. Maybe it's just the general like motion of them or something, I don't know. Sadly, no parallax on this version of the game. Even the 2600 version pulled it off. Come on. Overall, the detail's good though, and it looks good, just different than the arcade game, sort of. Different and blockier. That's a real ass flavored mess right there. Also, I guess you're just naked in this version? I don't know. I don't know how to get past that. So that's pretty frustrating. The music kind of sounds like it's struggling on this one too. I didn't push the button twice, but it interpreted it as though I did. I'm not this bad at the real game, by the way. There's a stream of me playing the arcade game if you want to compare. I do not even understand why the 5200 one is so hard for me now. But I mean, I could never really get past the third level. We saw past the third level. Maybe Justin can get past the third level to the fourth one. There's only 4 levels, but um, so maybe it is like just a really hard ass version of the game. But goddamn. Like the timing on this part is so strange and hard for me to guess. Again, with the weird double jump, I didn't push the button twice. That didn't fucking happen. No maybe about it. The game somehow decided I did, though. There we go. Oh yeah, this part's ass on this version because you're all the way on the left side of the screen, like really on the left side of the screen. Enough so where telling what's coming up is stupidly hard. Oh fuck, that was a lot better. OBS decided to do its disconnect, reconnect thing again. Fun. Hopefully the stream's working. Fuck if I know. Dang, tied my high score. I know I can do better than that. Come on. That should count. I should be in the water. Fucking shit. How many did they send me back? 3, I guess, huh? Oh, I died of oxygen. That's so stupid. That doesn't work either. Alright. Oh, he also had Qbert. I fucking hate Qbert, so I'm not gonna play that. I remember he really liked it a lot, though. Again, I believe it is a much more attractive version than the 2600 that plays about the same. Scrolling isn't exactly something that comes natural to this hardware either, so in a way, this is a pretty impressive game. That's probably what really captivated me about it, is the scrolling. Even though you weren't really expecting to see anything new ever, it still does scroll through an interesting environment, you know, so... trying to think the big one's coming. It was the next one. Fuck. I hit you hard and fast with these. One more try. This game is torture. I can't resist. Amazing. Whoa. Okay. Dang it. So close. Oh man, I feel like I could do this now. Dang it. I gotta go again. That's unbelievably stupid. that's also weird and stupid. Yeah, whatever. Well, I definitely see what appealed to me about this game now. It was made by the devil to torture me. It's pure, concentrated frustration of the same variety of something like Super Golden Ghost, where I'm just going to keep going back to it with anger in my heart. But I love this game still for sure. But I generally just play the arcade version. The 5200 one is a bit of a kick in the balls in its own weird way. But this is what got me into it. This is the original for me. I picked it up on my 2600 after this. I was a little disappointed with that in some ways. It's a lot easier to play though than this. And I would genuinely say that the first level with the vines is actually probably just better on the 2600. Even graphically, it's got some advantages like parallax, like I mentioned earlier, and it's smoother. And the rastering on the vines is smoother. I think it maybe just plays better. This part's ass on the 2600. It's not. You don't even go up a hill. It's just flat. The ColecoVision is the one that does this well, but I didn't know anything about the ColecoVision version back in the day. Maybe I'll play it sometime. It seems pretty solid. Maybe in some ways better than this. Well, shit. One more time. Fuck it. I'm gonna probably wrap it up after this. might want to look through the old game list again to see if there's any important ones I'm forgetting that I haven't talked about. In fact, let's just do that now since I'm playing like ass. I cannot remember if he had Galaxian, so I might fire that up last just to look at it, and I'll tell you yep or nope. Let's see, what else? What else? He didn't have Ball Blazer. I know that's a really big game to Atari 800 people. So is Fractalis or whatever. He didn't have that either. He may have had Berserk. I don't remember. Was Robotron out on this? It was. Did he have Robotron? I feel like I would have remembered that more clearly. Probably would have had an impact on me. Let's take a look at Galaxian, because I can't remember if he had it. Yeah, I think he did. This looks familiar to me, actually. So he had this. He didn't have Space Invaders, which, like I said, is not familiar to me and not something I recognize. Oh, this has the same kind of calibration issues as Centipede. Don't want to touch the stick when you die, or it will fuck you up real bad. Sound of this is kind of fucking horrible, huh? Damn. That's pretty brutally difficult. That's a good port, though. Obviously, the 2600 version of this game is a mess as well. The Famicom got a good, straightforward port of it, but it's not as colorful as this one, I think. This actually kind of looks better. And that would have been around the same time. It was a real early Famicom game. Crazy to think that our beloved Nintendo, which ran badass games like Super Mario Bros. 3 and Ninja Gaiden and all that shit, really that hardware is from the same time as this machine. Same generation almost. And not really, this is considered second gen, and that's because, yeah, the Famicom was still revolutionary. It really is the beginning of the third generation. I would say the same thing for the PC Engine in the fourth generation, the Dreamcast in the fifth generation. Those are next gen enough to where they should be compared, even though they're early examples of their generation. Kind of ushered it in. Yeah, both the 2600 and 5200 are considered second generation consoles just because one is Atari like ushering in the concept of consoles, and the other one is Atari like refining what that is. You know, it's something that they want to be their next generation, even though generations aren't really established yet. So you end up just having, oh, you have these two Atari systems from that time. This is the higher end one that came out later. And they're not backwards compatible, so that's, everyone saw that as kind of a pain in the ass, too. Yeah, I think for Space Shooter, this is the one I'd be happy with too. I wouldn't want. Space Invaders, like I said, it's a weird version of it. I'm not as into it. I'd rather just play the 2600 one, probably. Which is also a weird version, but it's a weird version I'm used to. So, you know how that goes. Does the bottom left show your score for the level until you die? That's really weird, too. Anyway, let's look at the Atari 5200, a console that I probably won't touch a whole lot because I only have this one limited experience with it in my life, and it doesn't really have a huge library anyway. We looked at some of the most popular titles anyway. Not to put it down, it was a breakthrough in several ways. It certainly can handle more complicated games, give you better ports of arcade games, and an innovative, if not deeply flawed, control system. So, yeah, you know, the 5200 has its problems, the 7800 has its problems. Atari never quite got that magic back that they had on their first console, but they kind of kept trying. We're still a force out there, and I feel like this was mostly head to head with the ColecoVision and the Intellivision. 5200 is clearly superior, both in terms of its game library and hardware, to the Intellivision, in my opinion. But the ColecoVision often had some better titles. So depends, depends on what you're into. But definitely it was a lot of fun for people who like arcade games back then. It was cool to have one of these. So